listen to the rest of the week, and here's what's going on. I got one more thing to show you today. That's gonna finish everything. Tomorrow, I'm gonna begin to recap, and I have a little review sheet for the test that you're gonna do tomorrow. Most of it you'll get done in class. Friday, all I'm doing Friday is going over the review sheet. That won't take that long. And Friday, I'll tell you how the test is set up and all that stuff like I usually do. The test is Monday, so there you go. There's the next 3 days of school. Okay? Take your notebooks out. All right, everyone get connected here. Bluetooth on. iPad, Bluetooth, turn on. All right, the homework I just assigned yesterday. Pull that out. Now, before I take these papers from you, is 17 the first one I gave you? Okay, look at your number 17. What's the first thing you should have done there? Now, who wasn't here yesterday? There were a few people. Okay, now just pay attention here, because this is all you had to do. You 3 guys that weren't here yesterday, them problems I assigned, all you had to do was put in the double angle formula, and then it was the same as we've been doing. So how would you start number 17? Quinn?
Sine of x equals 2 sine x plus sine x.
The formula for sine of 2x. Now, after you put in the proper formula, we've already done all this last week and then earlier this week. What would be the next step in this? Now it's solved normal. What would be the next step in this right here? Howard?
So 1 side equals 0.
Okay, so this sine of x you're going to throw over there, right? So this sine of x comes over here and becomes minus sine of x. Now what? It's all the same as you guys have been doing. Go ahead. Factor. Chris. GCF is sine of x. Chris, what's left?
2 cosine of x minus 1.
And now, I mean, this procedure's been the same since last week. Now, somebody? Jack. Set them equal to 0. So variables left, cosine, constants right, so that's 1 over there. Divide both sides by 2 makes that 1/2. All special angles. Weren't all of these special angle values? They were, right? Okay, where does the sine equal 0? Unit circle stuff, here we go again. Don't you guys see the same things keep coming up every day? I hope by next Monday you got all your special angles down pat. Because if you do, you're gonna be golden in here, and then you have a few problems, you gotta use a calculator. David?
0, 180.
Okay, 0 degrees, 180 degrees. Okay, what quadrants is this in? What quadrants? Rob? 1 and 4. Okay, what's the angle for cosine that's 1/2? Rob?
60.
And so what is it in the fourth then?
300.
300. Okay, now, you all should be in e-backpack right now. Now look what I did here. I conglomerated all this stuff together for you, so you only have to go to one place. Tap on the third quarter folder, everybody. And then, let me see this. I want to see the name. Answers to all trig equations. Bring that up. I lumped everything in order. So when it comes time for the test, it's all there. Now, believe it or not, this goes back to the very first day I started all this. And I got them all in there. There's 13 pages of trig equations there. You've done them all. This is all the homework assignments since we started. Okay, now, page 1 we already went through. Page 2, those were the linear ones. Go to page 3. Now stay with me here, because I need to show you some things. Page 3 were the quadratic ones. Go to page 4. More quadratic. Go to page 5. Factoring, taking out common factors. Go to page 6. Just stay with me here. On Friday, I'll recap everything in detail. 27 and 34 were the ones where you had to use identities. That'll be on the test. Go to page 7. See 45 there? See in 45 there's no linear term? So that's just put the constant on the other side, take the square root, write your answers down. Go to page 8. This is what we were doing yesterday. These are the ones where you got to use quadratic formula. Go to page 9. Oh, wait a minute. Zona, Olszewski, and Quinn. You all on page 8? You 3, get there. On page 8. You see number 36 there? Did you see the notes that were sent to you with the ranges? Do you see where it says cosine of theta equals negative 1.2071? You see where it says no solution there? For sine and cosine, you 3 that weren't here, it was in the notes. The answer for sine and cosine always has to be between 1 and negative 1. If it's not in that range, there's no answer. If you were to enter that in your calculator, it would say error, because there's no answer there. Do you 3 understand what I'm saying? So you just put no solution when that happens. Go to page 9. There's more quadratic formula. Go to page 10, everybody. Look at number 40. See the no solution one again? Okay. Send those papers in. Well, then maybe I miscopied something. Don't worry about it. I said maybe I miscopied something. But don't worry about it. All right, send those papers in.
Do you want our homework from today?
No. You 3 guys that weren't here yesterday, the 5 problems from 2 days ago, you can keep that. I just need what I just did yesterday. Okay. Now your iPads right now, you don't keep them out, but you don't need them right now. All right, everyone, listen. This is the last thing I have to do. Here's the topic. Multiple angles. Now you mark your notes the way I'm doing this. Multiple angles. Let's see here. All right. Here, put this down. Now, gonna be a little different, so just watch what I'm gonna do here. Put that down, and then off to the right, put this down. Let me start with this. Multiple angles. Multiple angles means, look, here's this cosine of some 2 theta. Here's the tan of some 3 theta. You could have something of 4 theta. All I'm going to do is when it's 2 theta or 3 theta. Multiple angles. Now, question. In all these trig equations, there were 13 pages of them there. What was the range for theta? The angle had to be from where to where? You should be able to tell me that. In all 13 pages of all those trig equations, the x, the angle, or the theta, was between what 2 angles all the time? Damn. The angle. In all them equations, since the first day I started this, it said solve each trig equation in what interval? Between what angles? Guys, look what I'm doing here. One time. That was a hint. Ethan.
Between 0 and 360.
Okay, now. Now, somewhere off to the side, write that down. Now, bear with me here. It's going to be a little different. And you know what? I know what maybe one of your questions might be. Well, how are we going to know on a test to do this? Well, on the test, and I'll go through this Friday, I will say something like, for this problem or this problem, use multiple angles. What I mean is, I don't want you to put a double angle formula in for that, like the homework you just turned in. I want you to do this using multiple angles, which means 2 theta or 3 theta or 4 theta or whatever the case may be. Okay, question. If that's the range for theta, what would be the range for 2 theta? Watch me, watch me. If the angle theta is between 0 and 360, what would be the 2 angles for 2 theta, which is twice that? Come on, just use a little common sense here. From where to where? Did you see what I just did here? 1 theta, 2 theta. So it would be 0 to... You don't know what I'm saying? John? That's right. Now just mark this down. What would be the range if it was a multiple angle of 3 theta? Do it again. What would be the range if you saw a 3 theta in the problem? Like I'm going to get to that example too. Just do the arithmetic. For theta, it's 0 to 360. For 2 theta, it's 0 to 720. For 3 theta, 1080. You add another 360, that'd be 1080. Okay, we got that off to the side. All right, let's come over here. Now, in a normal trig equation, if that just said theta, wouldn't you put that over there, divide by 2, and like a linear? Okay, watch this. 2 cosine of 2 theta equals, put the square root of 3 on the other side. Just like you normally would. Now follow me here. I'm going to do both these at the same time. This one, you would put the 1 on the other side first. Just like you would in a normal equation. These are multiple angles. I will tell you that on the test. Like for this problem, use multiple angles. Now, if I don't, the homework you just turned in, those were the ones where you put the double angle formula in. I'll give you those back tomorrow. Okay, what's going to be the next step here? Do what you normally would do. I mean, continue like you normally would in a trig equation. Joe? Divide by 2. Okay. Now, look at this. And look at this. Now, if this just said theta, wouldn't you say theta equals, and you'd start to give me the angles, right? What quadrants are you in? Let's do that first. What quadrants? Come on, same as you've been doing. What quadrants for this? Chris? What quadrants for that second one there? Where's the tan negative? Come on, it's an easy question. I mean, this quadrant stuff is like, should be memorized by now. Rob? 2 and 4. Now, watch how I'm going to set this up. I'm not going to say theta equals. I'm going to say 2 theta equals something. Do you follow me? That's the angle, it's 2 theta. Over here, I'm going to say 3 theta equals something. So 2 theta equals, now, that's quadrant 2. What's the reference angle for cosine for radical 3 over 2 first? Now here we go again with special angles. Ethan? 30. So 2 theta equals 30. Now look at how I'm going to do this. Right next to it, I'm going to say 2 theta also could equal, now what would it be? Oops, I'm sorry, that wasn't right. Okay, 30 is the reference angle. So what is it in quadrant 2? Howard? 150, right?
Yeah.
And what is it in the third? Rob?
2 times.
Watch this. Skip a line underneath these two. Just skip one line in your notebook. Now, watch this. This is the catch where it's a little different. This is a multiple angle of 2 theta. So where can all the answers be for 2 theta? Somebody. That's why I did that over there. 0 to 720. So look at me. If I have an angle and it goes 0 to 720, well, there's another answer. Tack on another revolution. Do you follow what I'm saying? So look up here. See how that says 150 degrees for this answer? Tack a revolution onto that. What else could it be? Do you have a question? When it's a multiple angle of 2 theta, the range stretches to 2 revolutions. So if it was 150 in the second, which we already determined, tack another revolution on it. What would that be there? That's not a hard question. Tack on a revolution means add 360, right? Rob? It's 210 in the third. Tack on another revolution. John? Or Jack, I'm sorry.
5, 7.
Now, are those the final answers to the problem? The answer is no. Can one of you tell me why? I only got to do one more quick thing, which is easy. When you're solving a trig equation, what's your final answer always for? 13 pages of trig equations. You just saw them. The final answers, your answers when you give them, what were they for?
Theta.
The angle. That's right. Whatever the angle is. So what do you think I'm going to tell you all you have to do here to give me the answers for theta? This is going to be pretty simple, isn't it? Here's what it is 1 time around. Here's what they are 2 times around. This is why I told you to skip a line. All you got to do is what? Come on, it's a simple computation. All you got to do is what to all those angles you just found? Oh, come on, this part's easy. You know what 2 theta equals. So to get theta, you're just going to go on every one of those and divide by 2, right? Makes sense? What's 150 degrees divided by 2? 75. What's 210 divided by 2? You just go on each one and cut it in half, because it was a multiple angle of 2 theta. Ethan? 105. What's 510 cut in half? It's divided by 2. David? Say it, Dave. What's 570 cut in half? Say it, Jack.
285.
Now, look, because I don't want you just to say, okay, that's good. I want it to make sense to you. See the answers? For theta, aren't they all in that range? Just for theta? This problem's done. Okay, now watch this. Let's go to this one. Watch this. Second and fourth. Now you're going to tell me what 3 theta equals. All right, let me stop for a minute, because I'm almost done already. Does anyone have a question what I'm doing here? Okay, what's the reference angle for tan for a 1? All right, you got to know that first. What's the angle that goes with 1 for tan? You should have that memorized by now. And so many of you just rely on that chart you write down all the time. I hope to God, again, when you take this test Monday, that you are writing the correct information down. Because I've seen where people haven't done that, and that's why you miss so many problems on a test. Jack? 45, right? So, what's the angle in the second quadrant with the 45? Somebody? Ethan?
135.
What's the angle in the fourth quadrant with a 45? Rob?
315.
Now, skip a line. Skip a line. Skip another line. See what I'm doing here? I want one of you to tell me, why am I doing this 2 more times here? Come on, are you paying attention to everything I have up here? Why did I say skip a line? I wrote this, and I said skip another line and write this. What's the reason? No.
Evolutions for the first one.
Because for 3 theta, there's the range. That's around again, and around again, wherever you are. Who has a question? These aren't that bad. You just got to understand about the rotations. Now, what's this going to be? Tack it on. Just do the arithmetic. I don't care if you use a calculator. You're going to have a calculator on this test. Obviously, some of the problems, you need a calculator. Go ahead. Tack a revolution on there. Ethan.
495.
Say that again.
495.
Okay, watch what I'm going to say here. Tack another revolution on. Going around again. You with me? Tack another one on. Someone just, you got to punch in a calculator. Do what you got to do. What's 495 plus another revolution? Rob?
855.
Over here. Tack one on. What's this one? Rob?
675.
Say it again.
675.
Add another one. Howard, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, check it. Add another one here. Rob?
1035.
Say it.
1035.
So, what am I going to tell you to do right now? All the way around. What are you going to do to get the final answers? I hope you're with me here. Does anyone need to ask me something? Multiple angles. How?
You divide by 3.
Divide them all by 3. Now watch this. And then I just have one more thing for you. If it doesn't go in even, then it's just going to be point something. All right, what's 135 divided by 3? Now, I just need someone to do this. If you want to, go ahead, Ethan. 45. All right, Ethan, what's 315 divided by 3? It's 315. Say it.
105.
105. What's 495 divided by 3?
165.
Thank you. What's 675 divided by 3?
225.
What's 855 divided by 3?
285.
And what's 1035 divided by 3?
345.
Watch what I'm going to show you. Look at all these answers for theta. Aren't all 6 of those answers in there for theta? Who has a question? Because I'm almost done. You're going to have like 7 problems to do here. Howard.
Would it be possible for the angle to equal 360 or 720 or 1080?
Well, you see what I did here, right? Do you want to know why? Do you know why I didn't put an or equal to here? Or here, or here? Can one of you tell me why I didn't do that? See, 360 is the same as 0. That's why I didn't put or equal to, because that'd be the same answer twice. That's why. Now, if you had 2 theta equaled 75 degrees, you don't have to write this down, just watch. 2 don't go into 75 evenly. Ethan, what's 75 divided by 2? Just punch it on your calculator.
37.5.
Then you would just have a decimal, that's all. Don't go any. Okay, last thing. Sine of 2 theta minus 1 equals 0. And then I'm going to give you these 7 problems. Multiple angles. Sine of 2 theta, put the 1 on the other side. Okay. Where can sine be a 1? This is unit circle stuff again, right? For the millionth time. Where can the sine of an angle be a 1? There's only one place, isn't there? Jack. Where could... 90, right? Isn't the point 0, 1 sine the y-coordinate? So 2 theta equals 90. Now, listen, because I know someone's going to ask. I don't have a second one, do I? So I'm not going to have another one to put over there. It's only 90. Skip a line. What else could it be? That's 2 theta, 0 to 720. Tack it on. Howard.
Would it just be 450?
So, boom, and boom. This problem's only going to have 2 answers. Do you see? Give them to me. Just divide them by 2's. Ethan.
45 and 225.
All right, now, fellas. All right, you're being directed to your textbook right now. Go to page 260. Take out a piece of paper. Page 260.